Yeah, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to our Christian Homestead. I'm in the chicken coop because it's raining out here, so I'm going to try and stay under the shelter. So you might hear a lot of singing, which is okay. I kind of enjoy the chicken noises. As everybody well knows, egg prices are crazy. It's got people thinking about buying chickens, and hey, who can blame them, right? But what if you're new to this and you don't really know what kind of chickens you're looking for? Maybe you don't understand what kind of breeds they are. Maybe if you looked on a hatchery and you go to Hatchery's website and you say like, oh no, there's a lot of breeds here. I'm not sure about what I'm looking for. It can be a lot. It's not really that difficult, but it can be a lot, right? We're gonna try and help alleviate some of the confusion for you today. And Tootie's not gonna shut up. She's gonna keep singing this entire time here, just to let you know. But we're gonna try and talk about that today, just to alleviate some of those questions about, hey, what chicken breeds are best? What's best for me in my area? And because there are some things for you to think about. One of the things obviously people are thinking about is which chicken's gonna lay the most eggs. That's what a lot of people are gonna say is, I want the one that's gonna lay the most eggs. Okay, good point, right? But a lot of them are gonna be good layers. So let's kind of put that on the side for a minute. That'll be obviously quality, but maybe your conditions, your climate is a bigger issue. Okay, it's really something you should be thinking about more. Is, do you have hot weather, cold weather? Is it do you get a little of both? Are they going to be in captivity? Are they going to be free ranging? Those are things to think about because not every chicken operates the same in those situations. For example, if you're looking to buy chickens and you live in a hot area, like the desert Southwest, maybe the extreme South where it gets really hot and really humid, maybe you don't go for the big fluffy chickens, right? Right, because you need chickens that can tolerate heat and won't really be dealing with a bunch of cold. Okay, so therefore, if you're looking for the best chicken for that area, you might want to look at the Mediterranean class of chickens. When I say Mediterranean class, it's talking about a specific breed classification of chickens. Because you have Mediterranean class, you have heavy breeds, you have Asiatic breeds. So Mediterranean breeds are breeds that, first of all, obviously originated in the Mediterranean area, but now they're going to be lighter breeds, not weigh as much. They're going to lay very well, but most of them are going to lay white eggs, if not all of them. At least most of them are going to lay white eggs. Okay, so you won't get the beautiful brown eggs from them, but they will lay a lot of eggs. And also, really, truly, they're probably going to be very good on feed conversion ratio. In other words, how much feed are they going to need to produce eggs? So they'll probably eat less. That's not a bad idea either. So they're probably going to eat less, lay white eggs. Not all the time they're going to be large eggs. Okay, you won't get your biggest eggs necessarily from Mediterranean breeds, but they're going to forage really well. So that's a good possibility. So if you're going to be out wanting them to free range, eat grass, and do that kind of thing, then it's not a bad idea either. So Mediterranean breeds are really good for hot weather, free ranging, and eating less feed. So that's a good start, right? All right, so we'll go to the opposite. How about a cold climate? Cold weather. Now we are in Southwest Ohio, so we get a little of both. We're an in-betweener. We can get extreme cold, we can get pretty hot and humid. But we're not as bad as the extreme north areas or the extreme south areas. Right in the middle again. So we do kind of tend to get chickens that can handle cold weather, just simply because we do get cold. It's like -8 here on December 23rd this year, right? So it gets cold. And when you're dealing with cold weather, one of the biggest things you're gonna have to deal with is the size of the combs. If they have a really tall, prominent comb, then it can get frostbite. It happens. We've had some it happen here, even though we tried to prevent it, it still happens. So if you're looking for a chicken that is large, can handle the cold weather, and also the comb isn't gonna get frostbite, you're going to want to look at a Wyandotte, silver lace Wyandotte, golden lace Wyandotte. There's all kinds of different varieties of Wyandottes. They have a rose comb, okay? When I say rose comb, I mean it's just flat. It kind of comes back on their head. I'll show you. Like Peggy here. She's a silver lace Wyandotte. Okay, Teddy, here you go. But you see how her comb doesn't go up? It's just very flat comb. That's a rose comb, okay? There's a few different kinds of combs you can see on chickens. That's a rose comb, and because it's not prominent, it stays on their heads. You don't really have to deal with frostbite on it. Other heavy breeds that you might consider that don't have a prominent comb would be like a Brahma. There's light Brahmas, dark Brahmas, buff Brahmas. And those are three Brahmas that you can easily find in America. They have what's called a pea comb, so it's pretty much doesn't exist. Hey, I'll show you what a pea comb looks like. Madeline, the little white one here, is a good example of a pea comb. She's not a light Brahma, she's not a Brahma in general at all, but that is what a pea comb will look like. Now when I say pea comb, it's P-E-A, and then comb, C-O-M-B, okay? So it's a pea comb. I might have a tendency to say pea comb, like it's a pea comb. Now while Madeline's not a Brahma, she's an Easter egger, which we will talk about. That's what a pea comb looks like. And so Brahmas are big fluffy birds with feathers on their feet. Beautiful birds, very loving birds by the way. And now they don't lay great eggs. They're solid layers, but they're not gonna lay abundance of eggs like some of the other chickens will. However, they're also pretty low maintenance. That helps too. Other heavy breeds you may want to consider for cold areas would be any American breed, by the way. Okay, there's any American breed. We're talking New Hampshire Red, which is also New Hampshire, Rhode Island Red, Barred Rock, Black Giant. You know, any of these heavy American breeds, they can handle the cold. It's just their combs might get a little more prominent, and they can have some issues from the extreme cold. But they're all great in the cold. They can handle it, and they lay pretty good eggs. And most of them lay brown eggs, if not all of them lay brown eggs. Okay, so if you want those good brown eggs, even a light cream colored egg, it's still a brown egg. Those chickens all lay brown eggs, and they're great birds to have. We have several, and you really can't go wrong with them. And most of the time they can handle the hottest weather too. Now a lot of times feed conversion becomes an issue. People want, again, you to get more eggs with less feed. I get it. So if you're looking for something of that nature and you're looking for a lot of eggs real fast, you may want to just go over the hybrid. We don't personally use hybrid chickens here, okay? There's nothing wrong with them, okay? We just don't do it. It's something we like for longevity. We go for longevity of chickens and not have to replace them very often. Hybrid birds will probably lay all their eggs within a couple years, okay? A lot of times they really slow down after 18 months to 2 years, and we have birds for 8 years here. So it just wouldn't do us no good, because at that point you're gonna have a bird sitting there eating feed but not laying eggs because they're all out of eggs. Literally, a chicken has as many yolks in their body as they can possibly lay. It's like a yolk embryo essentially they have in their body when they're born. Okay, so whatever that's in there, that's all they can possibly lay. So if you have a hybrid chicken, which is like it's called Red Star, Black Star, maybe a Red Sex Link, a Golden Comet, they're hybrids. Okay, they don't breed true. They're fine chickens. They're gonna lay a lot of eggs, but the longevity is just not gonna be there. But they will lay a bunch of eggs and probably have a pretty solid feed conversion ratio at the same time. Now, one breed of chickens that everybody's gonna love is an Easter egger. Okay, Easter egger is kind of a breed. It is kind of a hybrid. They don't necessarily breed true, but you're typically gonna get a really nice green egg. Okay, so those are a lot of fun to get. And honestly, Easter eggers can handle pretty much any condition. We have 2 of them. Madeline was one, the little one with the little pea comb. She was an Easter egger. Our other Easter egger is Maggie, right here. She's got a little beard and a nice pea comb. Now look, Maggie and Madeline are 2 chickens that you just can't beat. We love them to death. They're almost 4 years old. They'll be 4 years old in April, okay? But they're just wonderful chickens. They handle any condition. They're not huge. They don't eat a crazy amount. They do forage well. They're lovable. They love humans. They handle confinement. They like to forage. They lay green eggs. They're really good, pretty good layers. I mean, honestly, it's hard to beat them. We got those 2 from My Pet Chicken. Okay, mypetchicken.com. We don't always buy our chickens from there. We did a couple times. Mixed reviews on that, but that's another story. But the Easter eggers from there have been wonderful. Okay, and if you're looking for a chicken that's going to lay a fun egg, a colorful egg, a rich yolk, going to handle confinement, do foraging, handle cold weather, handle hot weather, honestly, an Easter egger is a really good chicken to pick. It really is. And if you have kids, it'll be a lot of fun. They come in all shapes and sizes and colors, right? I've seen one, Maggie has a beard, Madeline doesn't. Typically they'll have a beard, not always, as Madeline will prove. Now Madeline's eggs are pretty much medium eggs. Maggie's are always a large. She's so consistent, a 2-ounce egg every single time. So I do recommend Easter eggers in a way, you know, honestly. Now we start talking about colored eggs, I want to show you another one. This is Naomi. She is a Whiting True Blue. Whiting True Blue is an interesting bird. It's W-H-I-T-I-N-G, Whiting True Blue, named for Dr. Whiting, honestly, I think is his name, who bred them. And they lay blue eggs. That's why they're called True Blue. They're gonna lay blue eggs. Naomi's our second one. We've had 2. The other one died, unfortunately. But they've been great chickens. They were really good birds. And they handle the heat really well. They forage really well. They're personable. They've been really good layers. Naomi, to be such a small chicken, lays a pretty good sized egg. She lays like an extra large egg, 2.25 ounces to 2.25 ounces in an extra large. She lays an extra large egg for a little bitty chicken. She lays them quite often. She's not laying right now. It's just not time of year for her to. But they don't eat a ton. They do forage well. Another one that can just handle whatever you're throwing at them. Are they a breed, an accepted breed? Not necessarily, no. But they do breed true. But you would be able to breed them and get a blue egg layer from the offspring. So that's a positive too. If you're looking to actually start breeding your own, you can do that. A Whiting True Blue. We got those from Murray McMurray Hatchery. I don't know if there's any other people that sell them or not. Maybe it's just them, maybe it's not. I have no idea on that. I couldn't speak to that. But we got them from Murray McMurray Hatchery. They've been good chickens as well. And again, it's hard to beat a chicken that can handle any scenario you throw at it and lay beautiful eggs. That's a pretty good one too. And look, also if you're looking for have your chickens free ranging, you do need to remember that a white chicken of any kind, whether it be a big white chicken, a small white chicken, whether it's a white leghorn or it's a white, light Brahma, no matter what they are, a white rock, okay? A white chicken is a flag for a predator. Predators see the white chickens easier, like aerial predators, hawks, eagles, whatever, owls. They'll see that white chicken easier and they'll zero in on that and they'll get that white chicken if they're free ranging, if there's no protection. So that is something to consider if you're going to be free ranging them, around trees especially, because trees, they'll kind of perch up in those trees and get down. If you're out in an open field with no trees around, aerial predators aren't really that much of an issue. I'm gonna say all that to say this. I'm gonna show you the best chicken you can possibly find, in my opinion. And it's these 4 red girls right here. They're all for New Hampshire Reds. Huh, Sweetness? Hi, Tilly. Hi, Tootie. All 4 of those girls are New Hampshire chickens. A lot of places will call them New Hampshire Reds. The technical term is New Hampshire, but they're a great chicken. You're not gonna find a better one. They're personable. They don't get stressed out easy. They lay a good amount of eggs. They forage. They handle the cold. Handle the heat. There's nothing they can't and won't do, and they're great layers. They're just wonderful chickens to have. We've got 4 of them right now. We've had 6. 1 died as a baby. 1 died suddenly after she was about 2 years old. And the other 4 have been awesome. We got 2 that are 8 years old almost, and 2 that are almost 4. And they're all great, hardy birds. And so New Hampshire is probably the best chicken you could possibly buy, in my opinion. Okay. And look, we can't name off every breed here. There's so many different breeds that are really wonderful that will work great for your situation. But what I am saying is this: do some research on your situation. Understand, what your climate is, what your setup's going to be, and know that different birds handle those things differently. And we're trying to give you a guideline here, what you can look for, but look out on your own and figure out what's going to be best for your area. And I do want to recommend one more breed if I can. The beautiful and very popular black copper Marans, or French black copper Marans, like Miss Bella. Beautiful chickens. We have 2 of those, and they lay beautiful dark brown eggs that you're gonna love to get. It's honestly, they've been a joy to have. The 2 we have now are wonderful, great layers, personable, handle the elements very well, and again, great layers. So if you get a chance to get those, you can find them, get them. And now look, it's raining, so I'm gonna try and end this thing. But again, do the research on your setup. Get the chickens that are best for your area, because it does matter, honestly. It really does matter. If you have any questions about that, hey, leave them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. But until then, my name's Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead. Buy some chickens. We love you guys. God bless you. Goodbye.